Today we are climbing a mountain for a bowl of udon noodles, but first we have to take a train and a bus to get there and then find the trailhead. After reading lots of blogs and watching a few videos about this trail, everybody seems to have contradictory opinions about it, so we're not really sure what we're getting into.
So many stairs on this hike.
And to make things a little more fun, we have a 3:30 p.m. train that we have to get back here to catch this afternoon. So feeling a little bit like the Amazing Race today. Well, isn't that interesting?
Oh, it's only 7 a.m. right now, I think.
No,
it's already pretty hot.
We were talking about how we'll be glad when we get to the trailhead and we can get out of the sun off of the road, because it's already pretty hot.
Oh, yeah, more signs.
And it's only like 7 a.m. Granted, the sun has been up since like 4:30 this morning.
Yeah,
so we are in the land of the rising sun. So the first little bit, we're hiking up a little road through a residential area, and gets steep quite quick. Because we are limited on time, our strategy for getting this hike done and making it back and catching our train is to get this first easy part. We're hoping it's easy. A lot of the blogs have said the first little bit is pretty easy. So we're gonna boogie up that section, and that way we'll have more time when we get to the harder sections. Theoretically, this is well maintained, but we've got a little canopy to go under here. Already making the adventure feel like a jungle walk. So Alex is fixing this net back here because it helps keep the deer in, because the deer are the protected species up here on the mountain. The other species you might run into, well, you really don't want to run into, are wild boar, and they do have black bears in Japan, but I haven't seen any notice that they're around in this area. That we're hoping to see deer, hoping not to see the wild boar. So we just passed a sign that said we're 7 kilometers from the top. So that means it's going to be about a 10-mile round trip hike today. So I'm glad the majority of it is in the shade so far.
It's so nice.
It feels really good back here. But I will tell you, the bugs here, I mean, they're humongous. I'll try to get some B-roll of them, but there are some big bugs. And if you listen closely, those are the cicadas making their presence known, keeping us company the whole way up. You may be wondering why we are climbing 5 miles up the side of a mountain to get a bowl of udon that we could just get at any little restaurant down in the city. Well, there is a gentleman who is 75 years old who has been hiking up with his udon ingredients to make udon for the hikers for over 20 years. So we're not exactly sure why he started this tradition, but it does make for a fabulous reward at the end of a relatively strenuous hike. Very cool. So we just passed a little statue, and Alex is to tell us what it is and what it means.
It is a maybe Jizzo. We'll have to Google it later. But basically,
God bless Google.
God bless Google. He's basically the god of guiding lost children and protecting travelers.
Ah, okay.
And so you'll sometimes see, usually he has like a red knit cap and a red bib.
And they had a bib.
He had a bib.
It looks pink, but it could have been red at one point.
Yeah. And so, yeah, in the afterlife, he guides children, like young children who've passed into the next realm.
Uh-huh.
But then he also just covers travelers as well.
Ah, so it's a good god for us to be
Yes.
appreciative of.
Yes, I think he was like originally a monk. who wandered around and did a bunch of stuff, and then he kind of just got turned into a god.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I like it. No fishing? Is that what that says?
Wildfire.
Oh.
Start a wildfire.
Okay. The fish is telling us not
Yeah.
to start a wildfire.
Protect our beautiful environment.
Ah. So we are really close to the top. So that's our sign back there where it says, what, 2.7 miles? 2.7 kilometers. So that is about 1.5 miles left to go. We're anticipating this is where it's going to really start to get hard. This may be one of those hikes where you feel like, if I'd known there was a parking lot up here, I might have driven. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. We're kind of making the assumption that these are the cars that the gentleman uses to get most of the way up the mountain, but he still has to go about 1.5 miles on a pretty steep, I think there's a lot of stairs in our future, and carrying all of the stuff on his back. So that's still friggin' impressive, because this is not an easy hike. So these water bottles here are what he uses to clean up his shop up there. And he does request, if you can and have the ability, to bring one of the bottles with you when you come up. So I think Alex might take one for the team and carry one of the bottles. There's some with handles on them.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
So she's gonna do her her workout on this next steep part. So we'll see how this goes. We may be trading off. It's a little slippery at tops, so be careful. We've hit the steep part. So we're about 0.4 kilometers up from the last sign checkage. And I wanted to do a time check too. We are just shy. We're about 1 hour and 50 minutes into the hike. So I think we should be able to do this under 3 hours, hopefully. You know, the stairs are challenging, but they're not that hard so far. I mean, don't want to jinx us. Onward! Check in, 1.9 kilometers to go. Taking a lot more breaks now. These stairs are definitely getting that heart rate up, testing our cardio, and definitely sweaty. Everything is wet. Just everything is wet and sticking to us. And yeah, it's an interesting feel. That's what hiking in the jungle is like. Yeah.
On a nearly 100-degree day.
Yeah, it is over 90 today, so it's not for the faint of heart, for sure, or the pale of face. Look at those, how red. Yeah, and you can see it's a family trait. Yee, our red faces, it shows we're doing something.
Mm-hmm. It's the afterglow.
Or the before afterglow.
The before, during, and
afterglow. To make it even more like the Amazing Race, I've taken over water bottle carrying duties for a little bit. Alex and I are go Team Fig. We're just practicing. Next stop, Amazing Race for sure. I was hoping that to be a lower number. That's where we're going. Hey, oh my gosh. We made it. Oh. you. You're the best. I love you.
I got dizzy.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Right, we've made it to the top and we've got our Nabewari Udon noodles. Look at that bowl full of goodness. Yum. We definitely worked up an appetite getting up here, so I am excited to dig in. I have no idea what most of the stuff is, so I'm just gonna go for it and see what ooh, look at the size of those noodles. Oh, broth is tasty. Okay, let's do this the right way. Oh, hot. Oh my gosh, those noodles are so yummy. Nice and chewy. Oh, delicious. Very, very good. So funny enough, we climbed a mountain. Yesterday was Japan's national holiday called Mountain Day, that they give everybody in Japan the day off to go and appreciate and celebrate the mountains. So here we are celebrating the mountains by eating udon on the top of one. Okay, Alex and I are going to dig in now. We'll see you on the flip side.
Let me eat.
So you do have to get up here. Excuse me. Whoops.
Please leave that in.
That would be from this. And the delicious bowl of noodles. He does not open until 10 a.m. and he closes at 1 p.m. if he hasn't run out of noodles by then. So you do have like a very limited window that you can get up here and get your delicious bowl of noodles. And it is, and I don't think it's just because we hiked 4 hours to get to it. It is a very delicious bowl of udon noodles. So
A lot of mushrooms.
with a lot of mushrooms. Very, very healthy for you. Up here, and when we're not in the clouds, which are clearing up right now, so we might be able to see it, you're supposed to be able to have a view of Mount Fuji. So that is the other win that you get at the top of this mountain if you decide to do this hike. That last mile and a half was brutal, not gonna lie. It's just all steps for almost 2 hours. It took us to do a mile and a half. So we were like, we'll get this done in like 2.5, 3 hours. No problem. Yeah, it was more like 3 hours and 40 minutes. So, and we still have our time crunch. So we're going to finish up this stuff and give the bowls back, and probably start heading down the mountain so we don't miss our bus, miss our bus and miss our train. Cheers. Very cool. We are definitely in the clouds right now, though. Hey, we're starting back down at 11:55, about an hour later than we were hoping. We are really, really pushing our time schedule right now. So here's hoping the down goes really fast, but not so fast that we hurt ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Fast and fun. That's what we're looking for. Those beers should help with that. Going down is a little easier, but you still got to watch your step because, yeah, it's still a little tricky. We'll be glad when this little section is over. This short little 2.7 kilometer section, which has been our hell today. Whew. If you're wondering, the stair part is just as challenging coming down as it was going up. I mean, you don't have the cardio issues that you need to stop and take a breath like every 2 steps, but you know, you're really having to watch where you step because you're going with gravity. If gravity gets a hold of you, you might not stop for a while. It's challenging in that way, and it's very rocky, loose rock, so kind of slippage can happen. So trying to do it quickly but also safely. So that's where we're at, and it's still taken forever. I am definitely ready for this section of the trail to be done. My hips, my knees, all of it are ready. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous back here, and nice, and temperature is really, really nice. But my legs are a little shaky. 5.2 to go. Yay! We have finished the rough part. All the stairs, we've made it down safe and sound, and now we need to cruise down the easy part. It is 1:15 and we've got about 5.2 kilometers to go, so a little over 3.2 miles, probably closer to 3.5 miles, don't you think?
Yeah.
But we're on the cruising part, downhill and no stairs. We're gonna go fast on the flats.
Fast on the flats.
This hike has been a challenge, but definitely worth it and just beautiful the entire time, even through the struggles. So if you are a hiker and you enjoy challenges and you're coming to Japan, this might be one for you to do. Oh, he's alive. So pretty. Look at him. Wow. They've been screaming at us for the last like 10 minutes. Oh, we got to get past the deer gate. Okay. We're just going to go over. Over the deer gate. Protecting the deer, although I am pretty sure that is not going to keep them in here. Very pretty town view as we're coming down. Beautiful day. We hiked somewhere back in there. We're not really sure which of those peaks we went on the top of, but so in total it took us right at about 7 hours to do the hike, and that includes eating our noodles at the top. But we just missed the last bus about 7 minutes ago, so we have to wait about another 15 or 20 minutes for the next bus, and it is already almost 3 o'clock. So making our 3:30 train is not going to happen today. We will start doing some research on how we are going to get to our next adventure tonight. But I think for today, that is all, and we will see you in the next vlog.